Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Horror Corner. I'm your host, Sean Patrick Urshan, and this week we are doing a little collection video showing off my Scream Factory collection of Blu-rays and DVDs and all that. So yeah, I'd say out of all the companies that released home videos, Scream Factory would be the one I have the most of. And I always think they do a great job with their collections. So here we go with the one that started it all, the first release from Scream Factory, and that's Halloween 2 from 1981. Aw, man, I was just blown away. I remember when this first was announced, I was like, oh my god, finally we get a special edition of Halloween 2. Been waiting my whole life for this. This is, of course, the Steelbook, which is beautiful. Yeah, fantastic release. This is the release I've been waiting for, like I said, for so many years. And this was released actually at the same time, and that's Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. Very cool artwork there. Yeah, Scream Factory is known for having their cool alternate covers, which were painted, usually hand-painted artwork, which is awesome. This one's a double feature with X-Ray, otherwise known as Hospital Massacre, and Schizoid. It's a pretty good double bill there. Next up, Mad Max. The maximum force of the future. I love the Mad Max movies. It's my favorite movie with Mel Gibson. And of course, you know, they have the reversible covers. This one had the cool Scream Factory art there. But I don't know, there's just something about that original poster art that I prefer, actually. It's just really cool. Almost like an exploitation movie or something. Night of the Demons, and this is the Steelbook release. Really cool. Love that cover. You are invited to my party, Angela. Is a release from Amicus Films by Scream Factory, and that is The House That Dripped Blood, a really good anthology film. Starring, yes, Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing. This is the recent release of The Craft from Scream Factory. Now, I do love this cover art there. That is cool. And this is Terror Train. Yeah, love that cover art. One of the most underrated slasher movies of the 80s, I believe, you know. People don't really talk about it that much, but I love this film. It's a great Canadian slasher. Of course, The Howling, which is my favorite werewolf movie of all time. I absolutely love that cover. That is awesome. Badass. This is Hell Night. This is one I picked up recently. Really enjoy this film starring Linda Blair. Great slasher movie from the early 80s. And this is another one I actually prefer the original poster art there. But I'll show you the reversible one. I felt like it's pretty cool art, but it doesn't really do justice to Linda Blair. It doesn't, you know. Linda Blair was a very beautiful woman. This doesn't look very flattering. I think that's much more close to what she looked like in the movie. This is The Burning, classic slasher, just beloved by the horror community. And this was a film that I didn't know about until a few years ago, until seeing other people's reviews. I had actually never heard of it, you know, until people like The Horror Man and Horrific Nightmares JM and stuff did reviews on it. And I'm like, what's this one? It's got Holly Hunter and Fisher Stevens and all these people. That's the original poster art, which is also very cool. But yeah, I love the artwork on the cover there. Sleepaway Camp, yes. It was great to see this film get the love it deserves with the Scream Factory edition. This is a great release. It's a must-have for any horror fan, especially if you love slasher movies. I love the design on the disc too, and with that original poster art there. But yeah, I do prefer the Scream Factory art in this case. From Beyond, such a great movie. Very underrated H.P. Lovecraft story starring Jeffrey Combs and Barbara Crampton. Awesome, awesome movie. This is like the definition of body horror, you know. Get the original art there. Humans are easy prey. Awesome artwork there. And you've got the recent release of My Bloody Valentine. And yeah, I love that cover. And this is, of course, the version that has all the scenes that were cut out due to violence, you know. So yeah, all the gore is put back into the film that was originally cut out for the theatrical release. And it's very nicely tied into the movie. It feels like it belongs there. And that's the original poster art. Also very cool and very 80s. Next up, we're getting into the Hammer horror collection here. The Plague of the Zombies, yeah. Awesome, awesome stuff. I love this release. Scream Factory does a great job with all the Hammer releases that they do. Fantastic, can't say enough about it. There are always beautiful transfers, a lot of love being given to these classic Hammer films by Scream Factory, and that just makes my heart sing. Oh man, this is the best, most awesome cover that they've ever done. Like, look at that. That is beautiful. Brides of Dracula. And of course, this is the Hammer Dracula film that doesn't actually have Dracula in it, but it does have Peter Cushing returning as Van Helsing, and it's an awesome, awesome movie. Highly, highly recommend it. Definitely do prefer... This is definitely a case where it was a no-brainer that I prefer the Scream Factory art to the original poster. Not even close. I like the disc there, though. That's really cool. Beautiful, beautiful cover. Next, The Devil Rides Out, starring Christopher Lee. Great Hammer film. One of the best. And that's the original artwork there, which is very cool too. Lust for a Vampire. Probably not the most highly regarded Hammer film. This is the second entry in the famous Karnstein trilogy based on the Carmilla novel. I still enjoy the film, though. It's definitely the sleaziest of the three films, without a doubt. And it is kind of over the top and very campy at times, but I still very much enjoy it. Hate that one song, though, you know. Scars of Dracula, probably the most underrated of the Hammer Dracula films. Where Christopher Lee actually has a lot to do. He has a lot of dialogue in there, you know, and he's just awesome. And he's probably at his most menacing, his most brutal. This one actually didn't have a reversible cover. It just had like a kind of a screenshot from the movie there. Dr. Jekyll and Sister Hyde. Really enjoy this movie. A lot of Jack the Ripper style elements in there. This, I'd say, is almost a slasher film. Like, you could get away with saying this is a slasher movie, probably. There's some pretty nasty deaths, you know, a lot of blood. And it's just a really cool story, too. I love the reversal there of the original Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, of course. The Vampire Lovers, and this is the first entry in the Karnstein trilogy, and definitely the best in my opinion because it features the lovely, the beautiful Ingrid Pitt in the role of Carmilla / Mircalla. Gotta be the sexiest vampire movie ever made, you know. But it's never over the top. I don't think it's never like reaches the point of being sleazy where Lust for a Vampire does. It's just a good, sexy vampire movie, and it's a very good vampire movie. And last but certainly not least, Dracula, Prince of Darkness. That's a badass cover right there. Definitely a beautiful release from Scream Factory. I think this is one of the first ones that they did for Hammer, or at least in the Dracula franchise anyway. Alright guys, so yeah, a lot of love given from Scream Factory. We're so blessed to have a company like this, Shout Factory, where they release and give so much love to these obscure horror films, and it's just beautiful, you know, and you get to see all these cool special features where you learn all about the making of the film. You get all kinds of insight from the cast and crew of their experience working on the film, and I just love that stuff. I eat it up, you know. I watch stuff like that for hours, you know, just sit and watch these, like, special features. It's really, really fun, and I love that kind of stuff, you know, because I am a horror nerd at heart. Alright, guys, thank you for joining me, Sean Patrick Urshan, in the Horror Corner. Tune in and stay scared.